Alright, today we're going to finish up on our still life. Again, we're doing monochromatic. What is monochromatic? Coloring in one picture. So we learned how to do a gradient wash. So just for review, in case you forgot, you get some water and you put it in an area and just fill in the water area. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. You fill in the whole area like you're painting with regular paint but with water. And it makes a wash. Make sure when you're doing your paints, you put water in there. I'm going to make this all purple. I'm going to go with purple today. My monochromatic color is one color, so I go ahead and fill in the areas. So what you're going to do is going to fill in one area, okay? See how it looks all washed out? No, now water. Get some more. It's okay. Alright, so what you're going to go do first, see how that is? Right there. And you want to go around and go ahead and do that for all your areas. Now, I'm going to also do the back vase as well. Get some water, wash it out some. So with the water, you probably can see it better now if my color of my water has changed, and that's okay. And see how I painted in first, the little areas? Alright. Yay. Now you can see different value colors, can't you? How one looks darker and lighter than the other. And that's okay, because what we say is called light and darkness of a color is value. Right. Now I'm going to get more paint just to show you. Oops, too much paint. I got too much. Took off too much. Let me hold on. Let me finish this part. Alright. Now we go ahead and get the paint and you're going to fill it in the area again. See? Now if you want a shadow and you want it this light and dark, remember how we talked about filling one side? So I'm going to say this side is going to be my shadow. All my shadows are going to be on one side of an object. And you want a curved area. If your object is curved, you want to make that go curve around. Oh, can you see it? Sorry. There we go. See how my brush is going around? You're following the lines that they are. Because if you go like this and that, all directions, it's going to not make it look round. Okay? Alright. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for my cup. Now on the bottom, I'm going to add a shadow and a shadow line. So it's kind of dry already, so I'm going to go over it a second time. See how it makes it darker looking? Again, see how I do that? On the bottom, make the shadow light of the cup. It comes around. And just go kind of halfway. Because if you remember how we did that halfway, and it makes it look three-dimensional. Ooh, excuse me. Now, to do a shadow on the bottom of your table, you can go ahead and fill that in, the whole area. Ooh, get some water. Woohoo! And just color that whole area in of your table. Okay. Oops. Alright, I'm doing this a little fast. I'm sure you guys will do this much better than I will, because during that we have only 40 minutes. I don't think you're going to spend the whole 40 minutes watching me paint this. Alright, so I filled in the area. I'm going to focus on this right here, adding details. So we did our wash earlier, just a reminder, if you forgot, you fill in to a wash, you just fill in the area with water, then you go back in with the paint, and there it is. Ooh, this looks cool, huh? Okay. Again. Now, when you want to add details to make something, you don't have to outline it to make sure it look three-dimensional. You can just go back and add a shadow. See how it go over again and make it darker? If you were to add details, like you want to add details, again, I could just add a, see how I go like that, adding details, if I wanted to, for my vase here. I'm coming around. There we are. All I'm doing actually is just adding more color. I'm not taking away color, but I'm adding. You can see the difference. See? And next, you can always make sure, if you, again, remember how I hold my hand, if you want to go really closely in for the details here. Okay. Now, when you're doing something that's on the inside, you can either make it really light or dark. It's up to you, but whatever you're going to do, if you look at a cup from far, is it dark or is it light? I'm going to do inside my cup here, a little dark. Okay? Ooh, I got too much. A little too much there. Alright. See? There. Now, if it looks like everything's blending and it's one color and you can't tell a difference, wait till it dries a bit and go over again with this, make it darker inside. So, alright, there. Now, I'm going to show you again with the bag, how to do the bag. You can do it the same way. Again, add some water if you like to do a wash on one side or so. Stay in your detail lines that you have, okay? When you're doing your detail lines to make the bag. Now, when you're washing, be careful not to go close outside your lines, because if you go quite out, then the paint's going to go out. Okay, I do the same thing, get a little bit of water, and I'll make for my details, I'll make my shadows on one side, so I'll make the side a little darker. Okay, make the side darker on the bottom. Alright, and then I'm going to wash down here. Wash my bag. There we go. It's all washed. See? And then I want to make the details for like the bottom to make sure I can see my lines, that it's like a fold. So kind of like that. Like, I'm not going to go all the way, just halfway. See? There. Like that. Now you're just going to go on the top here, the same thing. I'm going to go inside the lines so that they know it's kind of like a, and it's kind of wiggly because, as you know, some of the bag isn't quite perfectly straight, and that's okay because it makes the texture of a bag. So go ahead and wash inside, and then I'm going to go on top of that again with a color. Kind of pull it in. It's there. See? Oh, there's a spot there. Alright. Now, if you notice, I haven't really outlined my stuff, like going around again and again. Only the areas I want to be dark, because that's what gives the illusion of being three-dimensional or not flat. Again, two-dimensional, but it looks like it's has form, so that it looks more 3D. I'm going in areas a little here and there for dark because it's where it's like crinkled in my bag, to make it look a little crinkled here and there. Especially in this area here, it's a little crinkled. Just adding some details. Okay. Now, you can do that throughout your whole piece, okay? Now, when I was talking about adding a shadow, you can do the same thing on the bottom. So I can add a shadow like this for the cup, excuse me, the vase, whatever object you have. See how I add a shadow there? You want to go over it a couple of times. I suggest maybe 4 or 5 times to add a layer on top to make it really dark value color of whatever you're choosing to do, so it can stand out more. See how I'm doing it? It's a little light on the outside, that's okay, but I'm going to see, I'm getting more paint and I'm making it darker. And you do that by adding more paint on top of the same area. And that's what you're doing. See how I made a shadow there? So, ooh, yay! Now I'm going to color my bottom here, make sure all this area here. See how that is for my bag? That's my shadow for my bag. And then here's a shadow, maybe a little bit more from my vase coming out here. Okay. Okay.